Oh. I gave up. I gave up. Hi, it's me, Jennifer 2.0, and today's video is going to be about how I gave up. I gave up YouTube. I gave up so many different things. And because I'm having a brain fart right now, this video will also be about how and what I did to overcome this part of my life where I gave up. I'm making this video because I survived. I survived being overwhelmed. I've survived everything that I went through while I was gone on YouTube. And if you're watching this video, that means you have survived everything, 100% of everything you've ever been through in your entire life. So whatever you're going through or you think you can't handle, I'm here to tell you you can. You will survive. You have so far. And a slight interruption. So trying to record and I keep getting interrupted by Pinky. Got Pinky in the brain and this one's Pinky. Say hi. She's like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Anyways, back to the video. So I kind of freaked out when it came to thinking about my channel and my future. And I was thinking, well, what's going to happen to my channel when I lose all this weight? It's a weight loss channel. And this is just a temporary chapter of my life. And so I think every YouTuber kind of goes through this point. That's my cat, sorry. I think every YouTuber goes through a point where they think, I've ran out of ideas. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't see the future in my channel. But I've since been able to think about it and come to terms with a future for my channel, even after I lose the weight. So that has helped me a bunch. Not only having the YouTube channel, but a lot of stuff started to happen in my life on the outside, away from YouTube, and things like I was a victim of identity theft. Well, I'm still working on all that. You know, there were some things going on with my children. There were sicknesses that were going on. There were bills not being paid. I made the mistake of spending my taxes before I even got them. I still to this day have not got my 2020 taxes. And just so much stuff on the outside. So I had to take some time and focus on myself. And unfortunately, my YouTube channel had to get pushed to the back burner. So what did I do to get myself out of this rut I was in? And my cats are playing in the background if you hear them. I started listening to a couple different motivational speakers online. The one I listen to the most would be Mel Robbins. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with her. So, for those of you not familiar with her, let's go to Google. Who is Mel Robbins? And it'll bring up her photo, which we can see right here. And we scroll down. Here's a close-up of her photo. But Mel Robbins is an American lawyer, television host, author, and motivational speaker. Robbins is known for covering the George Zimmerman trial for CNN. Her TEDx talks, How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over, and her books, The 5-Second Rule and The High Five Habit. She also has multiple podcast series hosted on Audible. She is just an amazing person, y'all. And here's a screenshot of just her book covers, in case you were interested. But anyways, back to you. And I'm about to do a quick book review on one of her books, but I had finished her Audible book titled Take Control of Your Life, which it's an amazing book. I like the way it was done. Plus, she brought in different people's stories, different backgrounds, and the overarching theme was figuring out, like, when you go back to your childhood and you think of the first time you honestly feared, maybe for your life or whatever, the first time you felt fear and how you felt in your body, and basically recognizing that as an adult, because it comes in many different forms, whether you're getting overwhelmed, anxiety, fear again, whatever it is, you have to realize how you feel in your body. Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your neck? Do you feel it in your hands, your legs, your arms, your ears, your nose, whatever? Like, where do you feel? Because there's a few seconds before you either explode or start to cry or just start the quiet treatment, whatever it is that you do or how you react to fear. And she teaches you in this book how to identify what that is, and you've got a few seconds, because your brain, before you react, you've got a few seconds. Your body knows before you do consciously of how you're going to react, and the whole book teaches you how to recognize that and some steps you can take before you allow yourself to overreact. And she goes into a couple scientific studies and talks about that in the book, and I was just blown away by it. Like, it was really fascinating to me. And it was the first book in a long time that I just could not stop listening to. It was very, 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 very motivating. Also, Mel Robbins has this thing where you basically, you go and you stare at yourself in the mirror. You don't say anything. You do this first thing in the morning for at least 5 days straight. And to me, when I first heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so retarded. Like, I'm not really gonna do this. But I was like, you know what, whatever. All these other people are saying it's working. I'm gonna go try this. So, like, here I am. I wake up first thing in the morning. I use the bathroom. I stand up. I'm looking in the mirror at myself, not saying anything. I'm just looking, which, to be honest, I haven't really looked in the mirror at myself in a long time. Like, I didn't realize, like, because I don't wear makeup really. If I do, it's seldomly. So, like, other than just, like, and when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm normally trying to get my daughter dressed for something, and I'm like, so I never really just stood there and looked at myself. So I kind of felt really silly doing this. But the whole thing is, you stare at yourself for about 1 minute to 3 minutes, something like that. And then you simply just take your hand and you high five yourself in the mirror. And you don't say anything. You don't say, like, good game or anything. You just simply put your hand up and you high five yourself. And, like, it seemed so stupid at the time. The first time I did it, I was just like, this is retarded. But it was kind of weird because I didn't realize it the first day. But a couple days into doing this, I started to realize, like, I started having this feeling of, like, joy or something. I don't know what the feeling was, but I guess subconsciously, like, high-fiving yourself does something to where you have such a lifetime of positive things that happen with a high five. Like, every time you were high-fived in school, it's because you did something awesome. High-fived at a game. High-fived for winning something. Just anything that you could think of positive. No one high-fives, for bad things. So simply just standing there in the mirror, putting my hand up to it, it was crazy. But during this time that I have felt overwhelmed with everything and trying to deal with the outside life and not doing YouTube, like, I love YouTube and I have a few ideas on where I'm going, and I don't want to give up this time. And so even though I'm still dealing with, like, identity death, that is so annoying, and I never once thought I'd be a victim of that, because I just assumed I didn't have the credit that they wanted or needed. But apparently anybody could be a victim, whether you got poor credit or not. Yeah. But back to what I was saying is, even though I've got all this other stuff going on outside, one thing that gives me energy is coming up with video ideas and getting on here and getting to talk to you guys and do motivational videos. Like, I love motivating people. If that's one thing like I love doing, it's sitting down and having a conversation with someone, whether in person or through YouTube, and inspiring them to do something good for themselves. So that is something that I'm very passionate about. So now, what I want you guys to do is, no matter how silly you feel, in the mornings, when you get up, stand in front of the mirror, stare at yourself, don't say anything, and then high five yourself. And don't just do it for one day, do it for a couple days and see how you feel. And I would be interested in knowing what it does for you down in the comments if you try it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of silly at first, but just try it, see how you feel. Anyways, thank you guys for coming and watching this video today, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.